What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman 129 with the Batman of ZUR-EN-ARRH as a cover. It's drawn by Francesco Mattina. So let's dive right in. So it seems that the robot Failsafe has captured a part of Gotham, or maybe whole Gotham. And yeah, well, that attracts, of course, criminals that can, do kind of this stuff, which is, yeah. So the thing is, he doesn't, how do you say, hurt people. This failsafe, he doesn't hurt innocents, but he is also doing nothing to prevent the loss of the lives of other people, stopping criminals and all that shit. Batman knows this, but he can't do anything about it, it seems, which is really un-Batman-like. Also, Aquaman is here, and he says this is bad. Other leaguers have tried to get to him, but he set straps all around and throughout the city, taking each one out as they go in. People are getting hurt, Bruce, so I've got to ask, what is this thing? Okay, before we go into that, so you're telling me that this robot picks off the Justice League and other leaguers one by one? Maybe you should go in then together, help each other out. Isn't that how it all works when you're working in a group? Weird. Anyway, so Batman said it's all my fault. My subconscious created failsafe to stop me if I ever went too far. If Batman ever willing to took a life. He knows my plans. He knows my moves. He's faster, stronger than I am, all by design. And then he says that when he lay dormant. And something would happen like a glitch or false alarm. Alfred was supposedly to reset the whole system, but Alfred is dead, gone, not here. So there was no one to stop him. And so Aquaman, and now you're killing Gotham, and this thing knows your moves, knows you come here. You endangered Atlantis, Bruce. So again, with the sad face, I'm not a fan of this writing, by the way. Yeah, Bruce has trouble to deal with this thing, which is a little bit weird. I mean, well, it's not really weird. I mean, it's an interesting story, but the writer, writes the story that maybe that's deliberate to make this thing really, really unstoppable, even by the Justice League. Although we haven't seen much from the Justice League to stop them, even in the last issue, I thought, the cooperation between the Justice League to tackle this thing is very weak. I've seen them do way better. I mean, they've been around for years and years. They should know how to tackle stuff like this. But I know this is a comic. You have to make it more exciting. And, this thing was, invincible. And to a certain degree it is, but I don't know, man. You're taking over Gotham and nobody is doing anything against it. There's so many superheroes in this universe. I mean, where's the Flash? Where's Green Lantern? Where is Zatanna? Nowhere to be found. So he asked Oracle to make progress, and she says Gotham is secure, and he says run some probabilities. So the probabilities are time travel, for stopping failsafe. Fleeing Earth, have some kind of an unfinished Omega armor. And then he goes to Nightwing and he says, nobody is coming to save you. But Nightwing says, well, he's coming here to kick your ass. Batman knows I will not exterminate you. He finds it acceptable that you will simply suffer. I know in Richard Grayson, I am him. You are his soldiers. What will truly draw him home is Gotham. So, and then there's some status report about, other people, other metahumans. So it seems that they're all preoccupied or being tangled up with other skirmishes and or been captured or rebuffed. Like I said, it's all a little bit convenient that all these heroes are not available to help the Batman. And, when nobody in the Justice League is there. Except for Aquaman. And he acknowledged that. So yeah, Aquaman comes to Atlantis So he orders his people to help the Batman. But then one of them, protests. It's just all to protect a human, your friend. You aren't even our king anymore. Why should we not trust? Why should we not just hand this Batman over to the land robot? I like that word. How many times have you saved this planet? That is a preposterous question. I agree. I totally agree. I mean, this guy's deeply concerned about the well-being of Atlantis, and you say, how many people do you have saved? I mean, come on, man. That's not fair. But it's true that Batman, has saved the world many, many times, and then basically he says, well, you owe him his life because he saved the ocean time and time again, which to a certain degree I agree. To a certain degree I agree. I agree. Okay. So yeah, then suddenly Failsafe is here, and he has, I don't know, hot red nails, and he incapitates Aquaman in seconds. And so the robot says, if you come closer, I will pierce his heart. Stand down. So tell me where he is. And I don't get it. He's so simply easy overwhelmed. I just don't get it. And but then one of the soldiers says, he's in our former king's quarters, hiding like a surface coward. And so Failsafe says, show me. So they're going into, I don't know, dry room. But the Batman is already gone. He's been teleported away to the moon, to the watchtower. But Failsafe is not going to teleport there because the security is very good. And Batman says, even I can bypass its design. So he takes some time to destroy the remaining ones on Earth, save for the one. It's what I should do. So he's doing, I don't know, an Iron Man, Tony Stark thing with waving his hands in the air. And I just really dislike this kind of technology. I know that's the normal progress with the holograms and, touching things in the air and other stuff is working. I'm not sure how you say that, but you know what I mean. Just give me some buttons to press. This looks way more cooler than, some glowing things in the air and you punch it. In my opinion, of course. Anyway, so there's a computer also on the watchtower, and he says there is some unauthorized vessel approaching, and Batman says that he's, needs more time, and also orders the computer to destroy the vessel. Pretty cool, I guess. So we have also some 90s rewindies covers. I got this, with the Kyle Hotz cover. I mean, if this is some draw, why don't you make just more comics like the 19s instead of sticking with modern BS? $10, guys. I paid $10 for this one. Not worth it at all. It's a gimmick. So the vessel is destroyed. Failsafe comes down. Art looks great, by the way. I have no complaints about the art so far. But yeah, so he breaks in. And so it's a perimeter breach. So Batman goes to the armory, gets a gun, a very big one, and shoots at Failsafe. Failsafe says, nah, brah, that's not going to happen. Well, that's not what he's saying, but he's impervious to a certain degree. Batman knew that, but he also says that first shot got through his outer casing, just as I hoped. Okay. Maybe we're going to see what's happened with that, but not in this comic. So yeah, Batman attacks him, destroys this gun of his, and he says, move, you can take him on. You know this. Why? I have so many things to say. I mean, Batman feels like he is defeated already, I know he is acknowledging that this robot is way out of his league, but normally, like I said before in other comics, this is not what Batman constantly shout, that he is weak, doesn't know what to do, feels depressive, has a double side, he's indecisive, he lets his guards down too much, his ego. I really don't get it. It's constantly here in this storyline, and it doesn't make me not like Batman very much. Because it also had, what Tom King did to Batman. It left a really sour taste in my mouth. So I want Batman to be strong. I want him to be Batman. Like we all remember, Batman can take out, is basically the, what's the meme with the John Walker, from the TV series, the guy that fought Bruce Lee in real life. I forget his name. That meme, that guy that he can do everything. He can do no wrong. That's what I wanted to see in Batman. Of course, I don't mind if he has weaknesses that can be exploited. But in this case, his weakness is too much on the front side. His doubt, his insecurities. I really don't like that. I want him to be a strong, overcome maybe some problems. And yeah. So also he does this. So he's getting, I don't know, Failsafe ejected from the station. And then he's running to the teleporter. So Failsafe, of course, comes in again, bottom few seconds. And Failsafe is now in a trap. And he just realized that what the trap is. So what happens? I'm not entirely sure, but it seems that he reversed the teleporter. So instead of him teleporting away, he is now teleporting away, I guess. And then also this tube explodes. And then this is happening. And okay, so does that mean he is now on Earth? It seems like the Hall of Justice. I mean, it seems that he is teleported on Earth. But Batman is not. He's actually in space because he's been ejected. Not sure how, but, it seems that the teleporter was so... I don't know. If you have a teleporter, wouldn't you do that, mostly deep inside of the compound instead of, I don't know, an outer layer? Maybe I'm looking too much into this. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so he's... So you tell me that Batman can survive in space with minus 40 on 455 degrees in this bat suit, but he has some kind of a seal thing. Really? Really? In the vacuum of space. So Batman, wants to, tells the computer, hey, send me a vessel, send me some help. And it's called a Javelin, maybe some transporter thing. So Failsafe destroyed them all, and he's now plunging to Earth. That leads us to the next issue. I have really, and oh yeah, we have also a backstory with Joker and Batman and insecurities again, and how Batman became, this split personality of ZUR-EN-ARRH, that, and now he wants to kill the Joker because he's now ZUR-EN-ARRH. I don't mind that, but yeah, when it comes to the writing, I like the art is good, but when it comes to story, I'm not really convinced, that this is so the way it's supposed to go. Like I said, where are the other superheroes? Why has Batman as a contingency plan for everything? So if Batman of ZUR-EN-ARRH was so prevalent in this storyline, why don't we see him more, right? We only see him 1 or 2 issues and then he's gone again because he's now his real self again instead of the Batman of ZUR-EN-ARRH. Why not let him out and see what he can come up with? Because Bruce Wayne, his normal self can clearly not handle Failsafe. Maybe you should let him out and see what he's doing, what this guy can be doing against Failsafe. But we do not see that, unfortunately. Guys, let me know what you think about this comic. Leave a like, leave a comment. I wanted to know if you have read this comic and, what do you think about it. See you next time. Bye-bye.